So we're going to move on to section 2, even though we haven't finished question number 33, I think, from your homework. 33 was what? Like 3 midpoints of a triangle or something like that. And I think my big hint was to use graph paper, and you could kind of cheat pretty easily on it.
So what's this lesson called?
I don't, does that bother you?
Yeah.
Well, let me tell you what it's called. I will tell you the official title. It's not going to change the material. The official title, oh, dang it, is called Why would it say a 4? Why would it say a 4?
I don't know, because I can't see it.
Where's my point? Where's my 1 point? Oh, slopes of lines. That's the official title. Are we really going to need, are we going to need that intro? Yes.
Keyword.
Dang it. It was keywords. What do you, points and lines. What does it matter? You could start making them up. The title of this one is Fred. Oh, second hour. Okay, so I'm hoping that what we do today, like again, nothing's new. It's just the application of it is new. So like on section 1, distance formula wasn't new, but doing equidistant with it was, right? Midpoint wasn't new, but then, no, we didn't do really anything hard with midpoint, did we? We just did the equidistant problems. Those are the ones that were tough. Okay, so you'd never done that before. So same thing here. You already know slope, and you already know y equals mx plus b. But maybe we'll do things a little different with it. We'll apply it differently. That's what we're all about. That's what I'm here to do, confuse you. Mission accomplished. By the way, I have discovered that people, when they are out in public, are pretty boring. You try to get them to do stuff. No. Come on, little kid, do your best karate chop. No. Do the YMCA. Maybe less than 5% of the people were. Really? It's the YMCA at Balloon Fest.
We struggled to hear you.
You did what? You what?
It was kind of muffled.
Where?
I don't know.
Saturday night?
Yeah.
Yes. That was because the rain had scorched 2 of the speakers. Yeah, at $1,000 a pop. Not mine. Not mine. Oh, but the rainbow is well worth it. Who cares about the $2,000 worth of speakers? I did a shout out to Italy, to Tori, and did I say Lauren? Oh, I'm sorry. Danced with Lauren.
We were up there dancing with you for a solid 10 minutes.
That was awesome. Because we were in the middle of Balloon Glow 2020. That was Friday night. That was good. 2021. 2020. No bueno. Next slide. Okay. That's not an 11. That is a symbol for parallel. Maybe I should write that down. That's a symbol for parallel. P-A-R-A-L-L-E-L. The word parallel has a set of parallel lines. You know, the L's. Interesting. I think I've already sold my iPhone 8 Plus.
Are you getting a new phone?
I'm getting the 11 Pro that was my daughter's that was cracked that she replaced with the 12 Pro. And then so I just took it and I said, yeah. And so then I sent it to Apple. And instead of fixing it, they just gave me a new one. But it's going to be delivered today And then I'm like, am I gonna be home today when it's delivered? Because signature is required. So that's gonna be kind of fun catching up with. No, it's FedEx, and they don't have an office. So hopefully they'll at least drop off a piece of paper. I'm hoping I can catch them.
This is from like geometry.
Heck yeah, it does. Okay, so what is that? What is that upside down T? Oh, that means perpendicular. Perpendicular. And I was thinking, oh, I'll be able to get a pretty good amount of money for the iPhone 8 Plus because it's an awesome phone. Like $125
They
maybe
didn't think it was as awesome.
on Marketplace.
They didn't even do.
What?
Oh, never mind.
I'm getting a new phone. They give me a new 11 Plus from Apple. They didn't.
They're letting you sell the old one?
I'm getting rid of my 8 Plus.
Oh, so that's not the one to release.
So you have
Right.
a phone right now?
Yeah, the 8 Plus. I'll have it until tomorrow. Hopefully, I'll have it switched over. Don't worry, I'll show it off. No, I'm good. Yeah, I'm hoping it'll be good. And then what in the world? Comp angles add to 90. What's comp mean? Oh, that means they're really nice to each other. Hey, you're looking nice today. They're complementary angles. No, they would say, hey, you're looking acute today. That's funny. Complementary. Complementary. I do what?
Maybe write some all caps.
I always have ever since my freshman year in college because I was taking notes like in one class and it was going like crazy fast. And then when I got home, I couldn't even read my handwriting. And I was like, well, time to switch something.
So you just write in all caps.
I don't know.
How does that make it better?
It's nicer for you because otherwise you would see me writing in fourth grade. You would see me writing in fourth grade cursive. Well, I can't even do it anymore.
So do you like text in all caps too, or just write?
That would take forever if I texted it all.
You can just like hit like double.
No, I do not.
That'd be funny.
I just write in all caps, but I don't even think about it. It's cursive. Really? Ready, set.
Oh, wait, how would you write cursive then? All caps.
I can, yeah, I don't. I don't write cursive. The only thing I write cursive is my name. Horizontal lines, the slope is 0. Vertical lines, the slope is undefined. I haven't even been paying attention to our notes. Was there anything that I need to go back through? I do. I need to explain opposite reciprocal. Don't I? What are we doing? Vertical lines, M, which means M stands for slope, right? This stands for slope. I try to do a lot of abbreviations, but you guys are giving me that look. And this stands for undefined. Then I lost my voice Saturday night. And I know exactly when it happened because I was trying to hit the high note from the song Take On Me. Take on me, take on me. And then he keeps on getting higher and higher. I totally had it too. And then my voice just went. No, when I woke up the next morning, I was like, right there. 3, 2, oh, let's go. Can we backtrack? Opposite reciprocals. That would be like 2/3 and -3/2. That's an opposite reciprocal. One's positive, one's negative, one's flippy flip. Right? Okay. So perpendicular lines have opposite reciprocal slopes. Complementary angles add up to 90. What was the other one? I mean, we just kind of make fun of complementary. What was the other one? There's complementary angles and supplementary angles, and supplementary angles add up to 180. That's later. Okay, let's do it. Are you ready? Let's do it. Let's try some practice problems, finally, instead of these boring definitions that you already knew. That you should have already known. Heat index of 110 today and tomorrow and Wednesday and Thursday has moved cross-country practice to 7 p.m. all week. What? Had a phone conversation during the middle of first hour with both of our athletic directors. First hour freshmen were just looking at each other. What's he doing? So we just bumped it to 7 o'clock, 7 p.m. Shadows.
We need to get them the light on their forehead so people can see.
They should cancel all sports this week.
No.
And then the next week.
Oh, no.
So
Okay.
then,
It doesn't matter which way you subtract. You know how it's supposed to be y2 minus y1 and x2 minus x1. It doesn't matter so long as you follow a pattern. So if I'm following a pattern, and this is the way I do it, I just go from left to right. So if I go from here to there, that would be my numerator, -2 minus -6. And then my denominator would be these puppies here. But I have to go from left to right. You don't get to pick on each one. So if I go left to right on blue, then I have to go left to right on black ink, okay? I could have gone backwards and got the same answer. I could have gone from right to left on both of them. And don't forget, a big common mistake for people when finding slope is because everybody thinks like, well, x comes first. We're just going to put it on top. Not for slope. It's y. y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. But I didn't even follow that formula, did I? I just went left to right, left to right. Oh, another phone call. So what is this? This is -2 plus 6, which is 4. And this is -6, -2/3. Huh, that's weird. When I did opposite reciprocal, what were my friends? I wasn't even thinking about it. How about that? Isn't that crazy? How about that? The number 23. There's a 2 and a 3 there. Set, hike. Oh, let's do one more. How about you try this one? Because why not? It's just the second day of real big lessons. Man, I'm okay with 7 o'clock practice. It's just, I know for sure Ray's got to work. The boot. Yeah. You know how we were having people text in jokes and stuff? We had people at Balloon Fest texting in jokes and different things. There were like some not so nice jokes. that came in. I can't tell you. No, like you didn't know who it was coming from either. And he had a computer that had just generated that telephone number just to collect, you know, like input, like shout outs to Tori. Some people turn in not so nice jokes.
Were they inappropriate or were they just fun? Were they just rude?
Inappropriate.
Were they funny at least?
Some of them were. Here we go. Slope, left to right, left to right, and then left to right. Aw, shucks. What in the snap? How can I, what is that? Okay, so the slope here is undefined. So what type of line is it then? Vertical. Okay. Now, obviously, you already know from section 1 homework that this wouldn't be like all like what your homework would look like, right? Okay. Try this one. Here we go. This is like a problem from our book. I love this one. BTW, this answer, if you do it correctly, is a number. I swear. Well, no, I don't swear because that's like what people were doing when they were telling us jokes from the anonymous line. All of them were. But then, like Blake Noloff came up and said, "Could you say that number again? Did you get my joke? Did you get my joke?" Because we couldn't read through. We really got like 600. Yeah, people turn in. So we need a third person next year. Yeah. No, we just need we need somebody in charge of tech stuff. I think I'm gonna get Rain, making it rain. I'm gonna try to get him. Rain?
Yeah.
Sure. I'm sure he would.
Yeah. You rap. I think that'd be great if you got him to rap.
It's cool.
He also details cars.
That's weird. So do I.
All the time.
That's actually kind of fun. Yeah, screw like every other day, just details cars.
I detail cars. My own. Are you ready? Did anybody get a number answer? Italy? Italy? Wait. Vietnam? Were you Vietnam? Yeah. Thailand. Dang it. I can't remember. I'll remember. Somebody remind me that. So that way I can remember. Hey, did the X and Y's mess you up? Okay. So I'll do the X and Y version, but then I'm also gonna do like maybe I should have done this also. So let's say that X was 8 and Y was 9, and then we're gonna go to Y, which is 9, and then X, which is 8. So if I gave you this problem, you would just laugh and say, "Oh, that's too easy, Mr. Blanchard," right? And so it would just be 9 minus 8 over 8 minus 9, which would be 1 over -1, which is -1. Okay, so hang on.
How do we show that with the X's and Y's?
Who can't see that?
Remote, Kylie and you are.
Oh, well, tough luck.
They heard it.
Everybody that is being remote right now, I wrote in green ink, perfect handwriting, what if there was a point where x was 8 and y was 9? And then I did the problem. Okay, so now I'm going to do this problem, but I'm going to subtract left to right. I'm going to go from here to there. So that would be y minus x. And then I'm going to use red ink here, and I'm going to go from here to there, and that would be x minus y. And you're like, yep, that's where I stopped, right there. Yeah, but did you know that I could rewrite the numerator? Because doesn't the denominator just feel right? The denominator just feels right, doesn't it? X minus y, come on. So I'm going to change the numerator. I can change the numerator by doing this. Ooh, look at that. How'd you like that one? If I distribute the -1 on the top, if I were to distribute this here and here, wouldn't it give me the same thing as the blue ink? If I were to distribute that -1, wouldn't it? Yeah, yeah, it would. And then I don't have green ink on the side anymore. That really disappoints me. And then I could go like that and get -1. Something to make you go, hmm. And that's always true. If you have two variables and they're subtracting, like it's the difference of two variables, you can always flip-flop them if you multiply by -1. So if you have two variables or just like a variable and a number, and they're, you're trying to find the difference of them, you can always flip-flop them if you multiply by -1. Always. Fun fact. So was that a challenger?
I just plugged in random numbers for it.
You did an 8-9 problem?
Well, no, well, yeah, kind of. I just wanted to see those are smaller
How boring.
numbers.
3, 2, 1. Okay, now we're talking. Now we're talking. Now we're somewhat almost to Algebra 2 level. A lot of what we do is Algebra 2 review. That's okay until we get to trig. You guys need the review anyway. Because this is like college algebra. It's the same stuff. Just a different name. It's still math. How come your math books are so old? Because they don't change. I can't make up new rules. Tori, were you there Saturday morning when the hippie dude was there doing the bubbles? That was awesome. That might have been the highlight of Balloon Fest. Video, slow motion. I can't, I don't have the technology anymore because I was promised a document camera. And so I said, yes, go ahead and take away my Elmo. That's the big Haas thing. It's now sitting in the corner of the hallway. And I could have zoomed in on my phone and showed it to you. Now you have to wait. So if I share it to my Google Drive, then later on I can show it to you because it was awesome.
I gotta see that black one.
It's pretty awesome. All right, show that this slope is perpendicular, or show, like if you were connecting 2 points A and B, show that the line or the segment AB is perpendicular to that puppy there. So it's two separate problems, right? So I'm going to have this guy over here, and I'm going to find its slope. So it's going to be 3 minus -2, and then 2 minus 5. So that's 5, and that's -3. Okay, now for this to work, the other slope has to be 3/5. and then we will have proved what we were supposed to prove. We're just supposed to prove that they're perpendicular, but I already know what the answer is supposed to be. This guy is my one slope. This guy over here, the slope better be 3/5, because if it is, then we've done it. The question is, how do I find the slope of this green 3x minus 5y equals 15? Yes, in the back row, Marshall. Get y by itself. So that would be this. Y is almost by itself. It's got a -5 there. Hey, look at that. I don't care about the -3. All I have to do is show that their slopes are opposite reciprocals of each other, opposite flippy flips. The guy just was out there with a big, like 2 long fishing poles and a string connecting the 2 fishing poles at the tip. And then he had a big bucket of soap water, and he would dip the rope down into it, and then he would lift it up and then spread his arms, and then the wind was blowing, and then these huge bubbles were just going everywhere across the pond. And the little ones, when they got to the pond, they would skip across the pond. Don't worry, I have video.
Is that all you did was stay up and back?
Yeah, that was my volunteer position, my community duty. I just happened to do it with a microphone. We did not have 2 turntables, but I had a microphone. Nobody? You didn't get that joke. 3, 2, 1. Oh, yes. Now we're talking pre-calc. Everything has been warm up. Thank goodness. I hope this is our last example, because you need some time for practice too.
Of the line.
Joining. I even scooted you closer.
Actually, she scooted herself.
Yeah, you want one more.
Because Olivia's not here.
Look at you. And I sent an idea to the Balloon Fest coordinator last night. I said, hey, Balloon Fest went great. Here's just a thought. And I sent it to him, but then he didn't reply. So is that bad? Is that bad?
What was the idea?
Tethered balloon rides the entire time at the park. You pay $10, a kid can go up in a balloon, because let's face it, that's what they want. And then you just go up. You know how they had it on the first night? They had a hot air balloon that was tethered, just tied down. And then they would fill up the air, and you would just go up maybe 15, 20 feet, and then they would pull you down.
Right. I feel like a lot of people will pay for that.
Tethered balloon rides, like maybe a couple different locations.
Obviously, he didn't think that was a good idea.
Okay, but then I also,
think it's a good idea.
along with that said, and if that's not a possibility, how about we get a scissor lift? You know what those are? Like like if they have to change the lights in the gym, they get one of those scissor lifts that lifts you up really, really high. It's just straight up. And you just tie a whole bunch of helium balloons on it, kind of like the movie Up. And then the kids would still get inside the scissor lift air, thing, and at least get to go up high, kind of like they were in a balloon. And we would still make people pay for it.
That's a ghetto balloon right there.
We would decorate the box, that they were standing. We would decorate it like a house. We decorate it like a house.
Yeah, I think that's why I didn't respond. The first one was great.
I think it's gonna happen.
If the second one happens, I will lose it too. That is so funny.
Good, and then I will take a picture.
Yeah.
Okay, everybody, were you able to read my handwriting? Find the value of h if the line joining blah and blah and the line y equals 3x plus 4 are perpendicular. Got it. Okay, so let's deal with the second guy first. So the second guy, this is the slope, right? The 3 is. But we want m equals -1/3. Is that right? Find the value of h if the line joining that and the line that are perpendicular. Okay, okay. So this has to be -1/3. So that's the thing about this class. All your other classes, you've been told, like what we've been doing earlier, here's a formula, do it. Here's a formula, do it. But this class, it's the first step that is different. You got to do some thinking. You had to think in your head, crud, what does that mean? Perpendicular. Oh yeah, opposite reciprocal. But this 3's locked in. This 3's locked in. It's 3. Which means that this guy that I circled has to be -1/3. And that's the total difference between regular algebra 2, whatever, and this class. So let's do this problem now. So I'm going to go here, and I'm going to say h minus 10 over 3 minus 5, but I already know that answer. What does that answer have to be? -1/3. Oh. Now I'm going to cross multiply. Okay, so it's going to be 3h minus 30 equals what? 2?
Yeah.
2. Do that math in your head there. Subtracted 3 and I did 3 minus 5 and then cross multiply it by -1. So this guy went here. Right? It was actually this guy. Now I'm going to add 30. Oh, dang it. Wouldn't that have been awesome if it was 33? H is 10 2/3. Blah.
That's whenever I start overthinking it. No, that's not right.
Because it's not a nice answer.
Yeah.
I know. Get used to it. So let's just say that you were overthinking it and you were thinking 10 2/3 is terrible as an answer. I really could go back up, put 10 2/3 right up here for h, and then I could do the regular slope equation, and I'd better get -1/3. Or I could just trust my math.
That's what we're gonna do.
Okay, I'm hoping the next slide has the assignment because I'm getting tired. 3, 2. Yes! I promise I didn't preview it. I really didn't. So Kylie, just making sure you know that cross-country practice when you come back this week will be at 7 p.m.
Wait, is that last one?
Well, she didn't say that she's not because I didn't hear her respond. It's too late.
Like the degree? Yeah.